Hi, my name is Greg from Creative Music, and every keyboard player has had this dilemma where they're playing a chord and they want to play more chords. They don't want to sound boring. They just want to spice up their music, and they're playing a chord and they have no idea what chord goes next. And they don't want to read music. You don't want to memorize anything, but you want to be able to play. Well, did you know that the solution to that problem is a lot simpler than you think? One of the most popular progressions or chord movements in the world of music is the 5-1 progression. Just to use this as an example, we are moving from the 5 chord to the 1 chord. And just as an example, say we're in the key of D flat. The 5 chord would be some sort of A flat chord, and the 1 chord would be some sort of D flat chord. And you're making a movement from a 5 chord to a 1 chord. Okay? And like I said, you're sitting on the chord and you want to just play some other chords in between this 5 and 1. Well, what are your choices? How do you figure that out? Well, would you believe me if I told you whatever chord you want? The answer to that problem is really not as hard as you think. That would be so nice if I could make that decision at the very second that I need to play the next chord. Here I am on the 5 chord, and I want some chord to go next. Now, there are 12 possible chords that can go next. It can be a 1 chord, a 2 chord, a flat 2 chord, a 3 chord, a minor 3 chord. There are tones. The tones are numbered for every note in the scale. So what tone do I base a chord on to go next when I'm trying to move from this 5 to this 1? The answer is whichever tone you want. So here I am playing this 5 chord, and I want to put a chord in between. I'm going to put in between the 5 and the 1. I'm going to put in, let's just pick a number. I'm going to put a 2 chord in between. The 2 chord in the key of D flat is an E flat chord. I just picked that arbitrarily. So I'm going to move from a 5 to a 2 to a 1. And there's a way to do that where it's going to sound good and you can't really mess it up. You just need to, just at that instant, just pick a tone and play the chord. So here we are. We're going to move from this 5 chord. This is an A flat 9 sus. And this here is a D flat major 9. So I'm going to put a 2 chord in between. And it's going to sound really sweet. I'm going to put in between there an E flat 7, sharp 9, sharp 5. I'm going to move from. And that sounded really nice. That movement from 5 to 2 down to 1. So I picked a 2. Let me pick another one. I mean, here I am sitting on a 5. Let me pick a 3. Now a 3 in the key of D flat is an F. So let's pick some sort of F chord, and that would be an F7, sharp 9, sharp 5. I'm going to play an F chord on my way down to that 1 chord. So I'm going to play a 5 to a 3 down to a 1. So you get different flavor just by picking a different tone. It makes things so much easier when all of the tones are available. You don't have to think about all these rules of harmony. I mean, here I am on the 5 chord. I'm trying to go down to a 1. Let's have a 7 go next. A 7 in the key of D flat is a B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's have some sort of B chord go next after I play this A flat on my way down to this 1 chord. So we're going to go from an A flat to a B9 flat 5. This one sounds really pretty. Down to the 1. So I went from 5, 7, 1. Before I went 5, 2, 1. I can even go 5, 3, 1. 5, 3. This is an F, 7, sharp 9, sharp 5. Down to the 1. Now let's make things a little interesting here. Let's go to a G, some sort of G chord. Now there is no G in the key of D flat, but I'm going to play a chord based on that tone, and it's going to sound nice. So I'm going to go 5, Yeah, 5, flat 5, down to 1. I'm gonna go from A flat, and that is a G6 flat 9, down to the 1. So I went from A flat, that's the 5, to the flat 5, down to the 1. Let's do that again. Let's play a sharp 5, an A chord. There's no A in the key of D flat. It's going to be an A minor 7, sharp 9, sharp 5. Like I said, it doesn't matter what tone you pick. They're all good. So you're not really plagued with that decision. Oh my goodness, what chord goes next? So I'm going to go from 5 to sharp 5 down to 1. Like I said, every one of these tones are good. There are absolutely no restrictions. So, you know, just spur the moment while you're playing. You can just pick a tone to go to. You know, here you are on the 5. Let's go down to the flat 9, which is a D. There's no D in the key of D flat, but we're going to put that chord in between as a passing chord. So we're going to go from 5 to flat 9 down to 1. And things get really exciting if you just start to chain these together and just make multiple movements in between that 5 to 1. So I can go from 5 to 7 to 3 to 1. So, you know, you need to just liberate yourself from that anguish of having to worry about, oh my goodness, what chord do I play next? That should be the least of your worries. And just, you know, visit our website, and, you know, we'll give you some more details on how this whole process works and how you can just freely move around the keyboard and just create chord changes going wherever you want. Thanks a lot.